Our third hurricane of the Atlantic season, Florence has strengthened to become a hurricane out in the open Atlantic, winds at 75 miles per hour. This is not a storm that we're worried about for South Florida. You can see the forecast for Florence is to continue moving through the open waters of the Atlantic through at least this weekend.
Hurricane Florence is bad and getting worse and targeting, at least for the moment, the Carolinas. Millions of Americans are now bracing for this storm. Mandatory evacuations already for the Outer Banks of North Carolina. Forecasters say Florence could be catastrophic.
Hey there folks, Luke here with the Outdoor Gear Review. Thank you guys for tuning in for this. I'm not really sure what this is, to be honest. Right now I am heading out to Lone Wolf Mountain, and that's because we have a hurricane on the way. Hurricane Florence is off the coast of North Carolina right now. The forecast for my area doesn't look too hot. They're talking about catastrophic flooding later on in the weekend. We shall see. Right now, I'm heading out to Lone Wolf Mountain basically to check on the place. It's been about 2 weeks since I've been out there. I've been really busy. Daughter going into the Navy, all that stuff. I need to check on the place. I need to make sure the roads are in good shape. I need to make sure that all of the ditches are open. Last week, we received over 6 inches. There was a flooding event out there. Every single day, it has been raining since then. Last night, 2 or 3 inches. And then, of course, we have over a foot maybe with Hurricane Florence coming in later on. With this video here, I plan on essentially vlogging the storm. I will share with you all what happens at Lone Wolf Mountain. I will share with you all what happens at my own home. We shall see, guys, we shall see. The forecast for this storm really has been completely wrong the entire time. There hasn't been one aspect to this hurricane that they've been able to forecast correctly. Originally, this hurricane wasn't even a threat to land because they thought that it was going to go north away from the United States. Not only that, but it also formed over cold water. Nobody thought that it would become a major hurricane. Well, it did, and it is on its way. We will talk more when I get to Lone Wolf Mountain. I'm going to focus on driving. Guys, thank you for joining me. So we've made it here to Lone Wolf Mountain, and I am glad to see that it's still in one piece, even with all of the flooding that's taken place. I really do consider myself lucky because there were countless driveways that were completely washed out while making my way out here, so I am very, very lucky. As you guys can see here, there's quite a bit of grass on the road, and that's a good thing. And that's one reason why I never thought about using any sort of weed killer or anything like that. The grass will hold this driveway together, even under a tremendous amount of rain and water. About the only thing that I really have to focus on here are the ditches. As you all can see here, they are in pretty good shape, but they could be better. So I will grab the pickaxe, the shovel, go to work right after I have some coffee. Talking about coffee, guys, gals, this stuff right here is the best coffee I have ever had. I discovered this while taking my daughter to the Navy recruiter's office. There was a coffee shop in there. This stuff is called Jamaica Me Crazy, and it is amazing. God, that is good. It tastes like it has coffee creamer in it. It has like a hint of vanilla. It is amazing. It really is. for the most part here, the ditch is in fantastic shape. This is not my first rodeo, this is not my first hurricane, so I've spent a lot of time over the years getting these ditches dug out and opened up. So this spot right here actually needs some help. It needs some work. The ditch very much is filled with dirt and rocks, so I'm going to dig that out. In an average rainstorm, I really wouldn't have to worry about this, but if we get that much rain, that much water, with the ground being so saturated already, imagine water coming off this hill, all funneling right through here. So this ditch needs to be opened up, or it will spill out over the road and potentially wash it out. Check out the size of this piece of quartz. That's a nice one, actually. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's deep here. It's actually deep here. This is just very thick grass. I'm going to get the pickaxe and dig this out. Well, that looks pretty good there. We opened up about 20 feet of ditch. As far as the top goes, there's not much else we could do here. We should start heading down. All right, guys, finally done. I have all of the ditches done all the way down to the road. Whew, that was a chore. I was able to go all the way down, clear all the ditches, and they definitely needed to be cleared. Now, while doing this, I have had a couple of cool experiences. The funniest experience involved a deer. I came up here to get some water. I was walking around the corner, and there's this big old deer. She's staring at me. I'm kind of staring at her. I think we were both a little bit startled. She took off. That was kind of funny. Jamaica Me Crazy is awesome. God, this stuff is good. You guys will really like this. If you like coffee, it's great. Another cool find involves a yellow jacket's nest in the ground. All right, so right over here is the yellow jacket's nest in the ground. As you guys can see, it's been uncovered, dug out, and pretty much destroyed. There are still yellow jackets in there. This is still an active nest. Now, this is pretty typical behavior of a raccoon, of a skunk, weasel, and so on. They will tear these nests up and eat the insects. So now that I've showed that to you, it's time for me to get out of here because I'm allergic to yellow jackets. All right, guys, well, I'm done here. There's absolutely nothing else I can do. Ditches are open, the road's in pretty good shape, all the sticks, twigs, everything's picked up. I mean, there's nothing else to do, just leave it up to chance. Let's see what the gods have in store for us. The plan is now to go home and start working on the ditches, the creeks, and stuff that surround my house.
Hurricane Florence is making landfall after thrashing the Carolinas all night long with devastating flooding and damaging winds.
Alright guys, it is now the next day. So what we are looking at is this. Hurricane Florence made landfall on the coast of North Carolina, roughly around Wrightsville Beach. Complete devastation down there. The videos and everything pretty darn crazy. The track of the storm has shifted, and essentially it's going to go south, going to kind of head west, and eventually it's going to make a turn for the north, and it is going to come up right beside us. So what they are talking about now for our area is roughly 15 inches of rain, major flooding, along with lots of landslides. From what I understand, FEMA is now in town. They're setting up. I guess things are supposed to get pretty bad. We shall see, of course. I've heard that some evacuations have begun taking place in low-lying areas. Already we have bands from the storm coming in, very cloudy, the winds are beginning to pick up. Talking about the winds, they are forecasting sustained 40, gusts up to 50 and higher. So right now we are heading into town. I need to make a quick run to Ira Boy's house so you guys will get to see Trailblazer. It's been a while. Also, we need to stop at Lowe's Hardware and grab some goods before the storm comes in. All right, we just passed a downed tree that fell probably last night. The winds have been picking up more so on this side of the county. This is the eastern side. Right now we have a little bit of rain starting to fall. This is one of the outer bands of the storm coming in. The real rain isn't supposed to start until tomorrow, until Saturday. What are you doing, little monster? Huh? What is it? Huh? Lucas.
Yo.
Isn't that the most vicious dog you've ever seen?
I'm terrified. I don't even want to go up there.
Yeah.
I mean,
So scary.
So scary.
We are actually delivering our daughter's old desk since she doesn't need it, and we're passing it along to her cousin. So we thought we would drop it off before the hurricane hits.
Abby! What are you doing, sweet girl? Hi! Hi, baby!
Aww.
Hi! Say hello to YouTube, man.
Hello, YouTube. How's it going?
Yes, Trailblazer! Abby!
Hey, Susan.
Hello.
Someone like Susie.
Yeah.
She's super sweet.
Thank you so much for saying that.
She is sweet.
Yeah. I get so tired of hearing the ex-wife talk about how this is such a creature, you know?
Right.
Yeah, such a beast.
So, Mr. Ira, how have you been, good buddy?
Doing great, man. How about yourself?
Good. What about the storm, dude?
I'm excited, ready for it.
Yeah.
Hoping for the best, but prepared for the worst.
Right.
I've got a boatload of canned goods, like SpaghettiOs for days. Everything a growing man needs, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Dad.
What?
All right, Ira, good luck to you during the storm, buddy.
Hey, likewise, guys.
All right.
Yeah, love ya.
Love you, dude.
Bye.
See you, bud.
See ya, YouTube. Hey, can we post like weather conditions and everything? I'll do the same.
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good.
Guess we're under a flood watch as of tomorrow at 8.
Right.
Yeah.
For like the next 3 or 4 days.
Ferocity of Florence is evident everywhere. Maybe not as powerful as everyone expected, but packing a serious punch nonetheless. Trees not just toppled, but splintered, uprooted, and littering the roadways, testing what power lines remain. Few worried about the wind that brought down so much. The real concern, that water, rising overnight and threatening all in its path.
All right, everybody, good morning. This is day 3 of this adventure here. Is that right, day 3? Mm-hmm. Yeah, got it right. Nice and early, got some coffee in hand, ready to rock and roll for the day. All right, the storm has begun its shift towards the west. We have a lot of moisture headed our way for the next 2-3 days. As you guys can see here, I have a radar going. You can see all of this moisture coming up into the mountains. It's also windy outside. A couple of branches broken on the trees around the house. No damage so far.
We are now starting to see very heavy downpours, and not just in the metro area, but notice how in the last 45 minutes we're starting to see right along the escarpment, right where the mountains kick down. If you've ever been up 321 or 421, you know what I'm talking about. You come down to Wilkesboro and Lenore, it's a big drop. Well, the moisture is pushing up against that, and we're starting to see that fill in now.
Good evening, everyone. As you all can see, nice and dark. It's roughly 10 p.m. I'm heading over to Iratron's place. One thing that we like to do is watch crap movies, and that is what we are going to do. This road is closed. I don't know if there's trees down or what, but this road is closed, so we will have to find another way to go. As you can see here on the table, I have some filming equipment, but I also have tons of battery banks for charging phones, light, all that sort of stuff. We had 3 gallons of water there on the table. We have 11 gallons here on the porch. Alright guys, so far the rain hasn't been too bad. The creek is definitely up, but there's no risk of flooding at the moment. Now another update for you all. My father and I, we've been busy working on some sandbags, getting them ready for the floods which are coming in later on tonight. Alright, so we have a flash flood warning in effect right now. We are going to head up here on top of the mountain and get to work with some sandbags to try to control this thing. Right now they say we have thunderstorms moving into the area, and supposedly it's going to get pretty nasty, so we better get to it. Yeah, let's do it. Alright, man. Oh yeah, it's about to go, isn't it? What's going on, dude? I think it's gonna rain. What do you think? I don't know, dude. Yeah. Well, guys, that's about as good as we can do. Now it's all left to fate. What shall happen, Lucas?
Major flooding. That's all I can see happening.
Yeah. Gosh, I hope not. I really do hope that this just goes by us. Man, there are so many areas that are just absolutely destroyed right now.
It's terrible.
Yeah, the flooding around us has just been insane. Yeah, I don't know. We shall see. This is the creek behind the house. And as you guys can see, it is definitely up. It's up a couple of feet, easy. Yeah. Guys, as you can see, the storm is pretty much over. The rain has stopped. Essentially, it moved out late last night at really just the right time for our area. We received warnings. You guys saw where my son and I, we were heading out for the sandbags. Essentially, as soon as we got those out, it started raining real hard. Everything approached flood stage, then it stopped. Just like that.
Yeah, I think we got really, really lucky. Most of the state of North Carolina is absolutely devastated, especially at the coast. Just historic flooding. And we were expecting the worst for our area, and it was predicted. And we got really lucky.
In our area, we did have power outages. We did have some flooding, some road closures. But, you know, we really got off easy this time. Lone Wolf Mountain is inaccessible right now. The main roads are closed due to landslides. There was a dam very close to Lone Wolf Mountain which breached last night. They were evacuating everybody alongside that river. I don't know what's happened out there. I have no idea.
Yeah, the counties surrounding us definitely got hit the worst.
So we are definitely very, very lucky, everyone. Thank you so much for your thoughts, your prayers, your energies, the messages, because we received a lot of support from our viewers. You guys really are awesome. I know many of the viewers are off the mountain where it's real bad. Wilmington is still completely shut off from the world. I mean, there's places here in North Carolina which will probably never be the same. It was that bad.
Very devastating.
Yeah. So, yeah. Susan and I, we are out hiking, and as you can see, there is some storm damage. We had some winds up to 50 miles an hour, but, I mean, really the damage was pretty minimal. We had a couple thousand people without power. Our basement flooded. No big deal. Very, very lucky.
Very lucky. Alrighty, guys, again, we really appreciate all the thoughts and the prayers and the good energy that was sent our way. We are safe for Hurricane Florence of 2018. Luke and I are going to continue to hike and see what other damage is on one of our favorite trails.
So that pretty much wraps it up, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us for this, I don't know what this was, this adventure, this vlog. This was vlogging Hurricane Florence. Until next time, everyone, take care, strength and honor. See you guys around.